it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
Donut of the day. What an honor.
Give me donut holes.
Donut holes.
A donut from the future?
Step away from the donut.
Donuts at the big donut.
We must go on here. We have a show to do.
You're going to be olive oil. Lay off the donuts.
Well, if you didn't realize it yet, National Donut Day. So there
Yummy.
you go. I know, absolutely. I was thinking, I was reminiscent about the times when Krispy Kreme used to bring us donuts just out of the blue. There'd just be like some donuts outside when they do 4th of July or a holiday or something, and there'd be like a dozen out there. We miss those days, but it is National Donut Day, so we'll talk about that coming up in just a bit. It is Friday, ready for the weekend, of course, and we'll work on some Facebook fun. Nashville news coming up, another edition of Other People's Problems, and yes, this awesome flyaway. People are talking about it left and right.
How can you not?
This Kenny Chesney flyaway, what makes it so unusual is the secret location that has not been announced yet. So that's what makes it like, where are we going? Where are we going? We don't know.
It's going to be exciting.
Absolutely. First code this morning coming down at 8:20. Get more details. Download the KORD mobile app so you know what we're talking about. And again, if you're missing out, man, we talk about FOMO all the time. Fear of missing out. If you're curious there, FOMO, that's what it is. Well, you're going to miss out on Kenny Chesney if you don't download the KORD
That's
mobile
right.
app. Everybody else is playing along. I know Jenna's always asking me, what's the code? What's the code? So, again, that code coming down this morning at 8:20, Kenny Chesney Flyaway. More details for yourself right there on the station mobile app.
Starting your day the right way with the KORD Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Get ready, Tri-Cities. Pet Overpopulation Prevention's annual Pooch and Pal event is back and better than ever. Mark your calendars for June 15th at Columbia Point Park. Lace up your sneakers and leash up your furry friends for a fun-filled 5K walk or run. Early registration is happening now. Sign up today and snag yourself a cool t-shirt, swag bag, and exclusive access to the post-fun run party. But wait, there's more. POP is also seeking vendors and sponsors to join in the excitement. Visit poptricities.org to register. That's POPP. Tricities.org. Sign up and get involved. Sun's out, tongue's out, folks. Let's make this year's Pooch and Pal the best one yet. See you there. And Do I Make You Wanna? Number one for New Country. It's 1027 KORD 624. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. Happy Friday. Welcome to it. 58 degrees for you. A lot of sunshine for you. Now, going to be another warm one today. In the 90s here, it looks like. So
I hear like tomorrow is going to be really hot.
Yep, absolutely. So, it's not, believe it or not, I know it's crazy, but it's not summer yet. Even though it's June, it's still not summer yet, officially summer
I'm
yet.
ready. Bring it on. And the pools are open. Let's go.
I think we're going to have a scorcher this summer. All right, Facebook fun to get your day started. Here you go. To impress someone on a first date, I'd cook blank.
Ooh.
On a first date, if you're
lasagna for me.
Lasagna.
Yes.
I was thinking pasta. I was thinking spaghetti.
Okay.
Would be probably the thing I could do. If I work at it, I could do a pretty mean steak. So, but it's like, laziness gets to me and I don't. But if I had to make it, now I have cheated. So I have absolutely cheated and lied. Basically, got takeout and then acted like
You acted like you just put it all together and
absolutely.
acted like you slaved over the.
Let's put it this way: I didn't deny it.
So what's the secret ingredient?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, the hilarity is, let's say it's so good they want seconds, and you've already. Whenever I see the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, and he runs and he gets the food for the kids because he messes up the cooking it, and I thought, well, what if they wanted seconds? There's none left. There's you're not gonna have seconds because he used up all the takeout. So that'll be the fun one today. So you're thinking lasagna?
Yes,
All right,
absolutely.
I'm gonna go spaghetti. To impress someone on a first date, I'd cook blank. Share some of your comments on the way. That's your Facebook fun. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the KORD Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Kane Brown, Famous Friends, number one for New Country, 1027 KORD at 637. Sunshine for you right now, 65 degrees. Time for some Nashville news.
Well, if you didn't know, today is National Donut Day, and Jelly Roll is announcing a tasty new collaboration. He's featured in a new Dunkin' Donuts ad where he reveals how he got his nickname.
Everybody always asks me how I got the name Jelly Roll. And believe it or not, the truth is, it's because of these little guys right here. Y'all know growing up, Donuts were truly my kryptonite. My mama used to tell me all the time that I was so sweet I could open up my own Dunkin'.
Now, in addition to the commercial, Dunkin' Donuts has created a Jelly Roll-themed merchandise store, if you will, available at shopdunkin.com. Meanwhile, Luke Combs living up to his dad era. Luke surprised fans on Thursday when he announced his Fathers and Sons album. It's a 12-song collection featuring emotional dad life songs that he's been teasing over the past several months. Luke and his two young boys are featured on the album cover, and that project drops next Friday, June 14th. Wouldn't you know it, just in time for Father's Day. Dave Haywood and his wife Kelly expecting their third child this summer. Baby boy Haywood is due in July, and Dave revealed the news on social media this week, saying, "I've always been a big fan of trios." Baby boy Haywood joins his older brother, 9-year-old Cash Van, and his 6-year-old sister, Lily Renee. Dolly Parton heading back to Broadway. Dolly is planning to debut Hello, I'm Dolly in 2026. The musical will feature some of Dolly's most well-known songs, along with some new ones that she's written just for the play. Dolly will not be starring in the musical, but she has lived her whole life to see this show on stage. She previously wrote the score for 9 to 5, the musical that ran on the Great White Way in 2009. And finally, Cody Johnson says he got to meet his hero, Neil McCoy, at one of his own shows. He says, "I'll never forget it. I played a golf tournament in Waco, Texas one time, and Neil McCoy was on the bill." Neil came out to the stage that day, caught a little piece of every single artist set, and would walk up to the artist and say, "Hey, man, good job." And he's like, "That's Neil McCoy." Those are your trending headlines.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. Kenny Chesney's Sun Goes Down tour is rolling into a mystery location this summer. When the sun goes down, yeah. And you can be there. Listen for the Kenny Chesney contest codes at 820, 1020, 120, 420, and 720. And then enter them on our app. Grand prize winner gets concert tickets for them and a friend, airfare, hotel, and $500 cash. Get contest rules and more info on our app. Brought to you by Warner Nashville. Number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
On number 1 for New Country, it's 1027 KORD. Sunshine for you right now, 65 degrees, Tri-Cities. All right, coming up a little bit after 7 o'clock, another edition of Other People's Problems. Got a little bit of a mess going on with a bad marriage, and then they reconciled, but we don't know who the kid is. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit.
Okay.
Anywhere, everywhere, we don't want you to miss out on anything. That's why you have the KORD mobile app. It's right there at your fingertips. Everybody takes their phone everywhere, and the fear of missing out could happen to you because there's so many great articles that are posted for you besides the Kenny Chesney Flyaway right there on the KORD mobile app. One of them, HGTV, the ugliest home in America, over there in West Richland. Now, on the outside, you're like, okay, that looks fine. But it's inside that you're like, whoa, what's going on with the carpet? What's going on with that red tub? What's going on with the massive dance?
Wow.
It has a bomb shelter. It's got a massive dance floor. I mean, it's
Holy buckets.
It's a massively big house.
Yeah.
But ugly. But like you were thinking, like, what are you people thinking? So it was actually featured on HGTV, Ugliest Homes in America, and it didn't get to the final phase of getting a $150,000 makeover.
Oh, I see.
But you got to go see the photos and take a peek inside the house. Also, let's talk about the wonderful story about Peaches.
Are you talking about, so now's the time to adopt a shelter cat.
Yeah.
June is designated Adopt a Shelter Cat Month. So if you're not so sure that you want to adopt a cat, why not foster? There are any number of ways that you can help. We have so many, shelters are full.
Yeah.
And it is like kitten season. And you work with pets.
Oh, absolutely. With Pop. And
the need is great.
And the like you said, kitten season is out there, and people are like, what's kitten season? Well, basically they're out fornicating, basically.
Well,
and there's a lot of cats available. And
all of my animals have been adopted from shelters.
Absolutely. And
they're the best.
And there's a great picture of Peach right there, who you saved. I'm sorry, you saved Peach.
She's a nutty cat, but we love her.
She's a nutty cat and does these things.
Coco's up in there too.
So, yeah, it's the best time to adopt a shelter cat right now. Get those details and more. The fear of missing out right there on the station mobile app. Don't miss out. Download the app now. Read those articles. It's KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
And KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Already a warm one near 74. You're going to be in the 90s today. So stay hydrated. This is going to be a little,
It's going to be a hot weekend.
It's going to be a hot weekend. So definitely, if you got to get. I was looking at my neighbor. I was a little jealous yesterday. He was out there mowing his lawn, and I was like, oh, I should be out here doing it. But it was like 80 almost.
I thought yesterday was perfect.
Well, I was like, not for mowing lawn. But I was a little jelly when I saw him out there. I felt bad. We came back from the park. We took our dogs down to Columbia Park and came back, and I saw the neighbor mowing the lawn, and I said, I'm a little jealous he's mowing his lawn. She's like, well, you can go out and mow the lawn. I'm like, well, I don't want to. I just was jealous that he was doing it, All right. Other people's problems. Got a situation here. As I always say these days, DNA doesn't lie. What's going on with Shelly here?
Years ago, my friend was in a bad marriage, but she and her husband fought all the time, and out of frustration, they both had an affair. Well, after that rocky period, they reconciled, and now they're happy. They have a 5-year-old son now with another kid on the way. Now, knowing she was about to have a baby with her husband, my friend came to me in a panic, and she confessed that her 5-year-old son was from the man she had the affair with 6 years ago. She's known him since the kid was 3, but never got the nerve to tell her husband, and now she's afraid that her husband is going to catch on if both of their kids look different. She asked me if she should confess or continue to deny it, no matter what the new baby looks like. I told her, fess up. She thinks that this will bring back all the old issues that they once had and ruin their marriage. She thinks secrecy is best for her children and even her husband, but it's tearing her apart. What should I tell her? Or should I just avoid it and try not to get involved? Shelly in Kennewick.
Well, I always tell people not my secret to tell. That's one portion of this, Shelly. But I will say I have a friend that I went to high school with. Her name is Brooke, and her and her husband were having an issue, right?
Yeah.
Well, she later discovered that her husband had fathered another baby and they were still married. I mean, it wasn't like they had broken up or anything like that.
Oh, no.
So my friend Brooke has had to live with the fact that her husband went out on her, basically stepped out, and I think you have we're not going to say names, but you have a former coworker that was married and fathered a child with a listener, and again, these things happen all the time. Recently discovered that my brother of 40 some years is a half brother, because he did the Ancestry.com, and he goes, hey, why are you a first cousin? Well, guess what? We may have the same mother, but we don't have the same dad. And so, again, these little secrets come out later in life. I mean, my brother's like 40, almost 50 years. Oh, he's going to be 50. He's going to be 50 years old. And we're just now discovering, like, oh, you don't have the same father. So back in the day, before social media and DNA,
how do you keep that secret? Though?
Well, you were talking to your family too. You've got those secrets where you were like,
how do you?
Yeah.
I don't know how it's not known.
Even if you want to go from a celebrity standpoint, Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid, his son, Patrick, one of them, is like, it got to a certain age where why does the nanny's
kid look like Arnold?
Exactly.
What's going on?
Exactly. And that Maria Shriver, that's how that whole marriage broke up.
Yeah.
Was because out of nowhere, you got a kid that hey, this kid looks exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And trust me, Arnold Schwarzenegger's hard to emulate. You can't get around that one. I'm sorry, he looks like he does. So what would you do in this situation? I say it's not I do believe, this is just me, I'd go get a DNA test just to make sure before you freak out, because she's saying she thinks the kid is the other guy's.
Yeah.
But I would go get the DNA just to make sure. And then you go from there, right? Because right now I feel like she's speculating that.
I don't think you should dupe your husband like that at all.
No.
I mean,
no, I'd want to know. I'd want to know. I don't think it changes anything. I mean, she's worried that it changes something. I don't think so. You both did it. So they both had an affair.
Yep.
So again, you could say, oh, well, I had the affair. Okay, well, I can understand a guy going, I don't want to be part of that, right? But you both are guilty in this particular situation. You both did it, and your husband was lucky. Well, you don't know. Maybe he fathered somebody, and you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. So, Shelly, we'll do our best to solve it for you. 547 KORD. App chat us. What would you do? Right now, we're in the it's not our secret. Like, why would we get involved in this, right? That's kind of where we're coming from. But I'm going to at least put out the DNA test advice.
Okay.
So, there you go. Let us know what you guys think. We'll share your comments coming up. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
On you, baby. 722, number 1 for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. 65 degrees for you right now. Sunshine at 722. Tonight is the night. It is Pat Sajak's final night. Wheel of Fortune. I grew up on Pat Sajak.
I did too.
Him and Alex Trebek. It was like that was the team up right there. Alex Trebek and then Pat Sajak and then Vanna White. I was there when Vanna made her first debut on TV. Now I was a little kid, but I was there. And remember, her flipping the numbers there, or
the letters.
The letters, yeah, exactly. So she did a farewell. Go check it out on her Instagram. She did a farewell yesterday for Pat. But it's just crazy. 41 years. Can you imagine doing the same job?
No.
For 41 years. 41 years. And
Pretty amazing.
I will say this: if anybody could take a spot, I'm going to give it to Ryan Seacrest. I mean, he seems like that makes sense, right? When you're thinking about people who could do that job. So Ryan Seacrest will be the next Wheel of Fortune host, and that'll be interesting.
Can you imagine though that's what you do, Pat Sajak.
Yeah, that's it. And you make millions, like millions.
He literally has been a guest in our living room for 41 years.
It's crazy.
Wow.
So we're gonna send him on his way, but we got a little song here, the Pat Sajak farewell song. But guess who's gonna throw one down? Pat Sajak.
Right on.
Here you go.
It's your boy Pat Sajak here to drop some rhymes as I bid farewell and leave the wheel behind. People couldn't solve a puzzle if it hit them in the face. Now they'll be guessing letters in some other stupid place. We're the easiest game that's ever been on TV, but these contestants keep on acting like they can't even see. It's a whole lot simpler than Jeopardy, but all our players got the brains the size of a pea. It's the Wheel of Fortune, the show you'll love to hate. But now without me, you'll just have to wait for that idol boy. He ain't that great, so prepare for boredom as you watch my fate. And Vanna, my girl, by my side for years. No need to worry, she got it covered, no fears. But she better watch out as my daughter appears, trying to steal her job, but Vanna perseveres. So here's the Wheel of Fortune, the show you adore, as I sip my margaritas and kick back on the shore. Thanks for the memories, the laughs and the cheer. Pat Sajak out. Peace. I'm out of here.
That's good.
Oh my gosh, I just can't believe it after all these years. There you go, 41 seasons of Pat Sajak. I had a friend that was on Wheel of Fortune. Her name was Amy. She didn't win. I mean, I don't think she got to the final round, but she was definitely on the show.
I have a friend who she posted herself. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, many, many years ago. And I'm like, who you were on? Wheel of Fortune.
It's so cool. It really is. So Pat Sajak, farewell. There you go, 41 season. Great ride there.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD. Kenny Chesney's Sun Goes Down tour is rolling into a mystery location this summer. When the sun goes down, and you can be there. Listen for the Kenny Chesney contest codes at 820, 1020, 120, 420, and 720. And then enter them on our app. Grand prize winner gets concert tickets for them and a friend, airfare, hotel, and $500 cash. Get contest rules and more info on our app. Brought to you by Warner Nashville. Number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
New Country, it's 1027 KORD. Happy Friday to you as you get ready for the weekend. Super excited. Going to be another warm one in the Tri-Cities, near 90. Next weekend, I'm excited. Pooch and Pal is going to be fun with our friends at Pet Overpopulation Prevention. So Amanda,
very nice.
Amanda's going to come in and talk about that, and we'll be
okay. What time is she coming?
A little bit after 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So bring your furry friends.
Works for me.
You've been out there a couple times.
I bring Coco down, but now this time I can actually walk with DJ.
You got to bring DJ. This is awesome. The hilarity is, it's so funny. Is Patty came down.
With my cat.
A couple years ago in Coco, and she's in her carrier. And I brought Roxy, our dog, and Roxy's always fascinated by cats. Mm-hmm. And so she got up there and
nose to nose.
Nose,
and Coco was like ready to swap at.
And then that just made Roxy more excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, really, Roxy? The cat tried to swat you, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get in there more. So anyway, it's going to be fun. So Pooch and Pal will talk about that a little bit after 8. All right, today, National Donut Day. Do you know someone who has eaten a deliciously weird donut flavor? For me, it's maple bar's great. Bavarian cream is great.
I don't think what is different is like they had like a bacon donut. I had that at the LA County Fair once, and they actually brought them in to our radio station. It was a delightful combination.
You think so?
You know, salty and sweet. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to like it, but I did.
So yeah, I'm gonna be on the opposite side of that. I've had bacon maple bars.
It was different.
Yeah, to me, I love bacon on anything, but not on my donuts. So I'm going to pass on that one. So what was it? What did it taste like? What's your favorite donut of all time? Do you have a favorite donut?
I like the eclair.
Oh, good one. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to have to go for me,
or
the maple bar.
Or like a Boston cream.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Those are always good. Those are
that
always
little custard inside there.
I like that.
I love that. Yeah.
And places, what Popular Donuts here is so good. Vera's Bakery. I mean, the list goes on. We have a lot.
Where are the best donuts?
And even though they don't want to be classified as a donut,
the Spud Nut Shop.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they got new owners, so congrats to those guys.
So didn't I hear too that they're going to have some more locations, like in Pasco and Kennewick?
Yeah. So
good deal.
And I know when we lived in Richland, for Megan and I, when we lived in Richland, we would always be too late to Spud Nut to get in the morning.
Right, because when they're out, they're out.
They're out, exactly. So adding these locations, Kennewick, Pasco, it's going to make, I like what the new owner said, make it easier for people to get the Spud Nuts that they want.
So they're not going to, try to get out there and then find out they're done for the day.
Exactly. So let's take some calls. Let's have some fun. Deliciously weird donut you've eaten. How was it? What was it made of? We want to know. Share some of your calls on the way. 547-KORD. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. Happy Friday. Sunshine for you. 68 degrees right now, and just a gorgeous day.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Great day.
I love it.
I'm looking at the dike. People are walking by. They got their dogs. They're out there walking. It's just perfect weather for you right now, and enjoy it. Going to be
careful, because we're going to have a hot weekend.
There's no doubt about that. All right, today is National Donut Day. Someone who's eaten a deliciously weird donut. What have you eaten? Bacon is about probably the craziest thing I've had on a donut.
Really?
I think that's it. And I know blasphemy, but I'm not a fan.
You like sprinkles on your donut?
Yeah, I like sprinkles.
Yeah, I know.
Because sprinkles are for winners. Winners get sprinkles. Winners get sprinkles.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Is that how it goes?
It's exactly.
Winners get sprinkles?
Yes, exactly.
I hear you.
If you're not a winner, you don't get sprinkles.
Okay.
All right, take some calls. 547-KORD. What's the weirdest donut you've had?
I actually like hot dog chili on top of a glazed donut.
Really?
I warm up the chili, and then I warm up the donut a little bit too, and I just slather it all on top. It's amazing.
All right, so chili on a donut. Okay, I guess
that's different.
Guess that goes back to that sweet and savory type thing, right? I guess. I don't know. I mean, I love chili. Don't get me wrong. Love chili. I don't know if I'd like it on my donut.
I don't know. That's like a thing, though, isn't it?
It is. I think it is. 547-KORD. A wildly weird donut taste that you got. What do you got?
I lived in New Mexico, and I went to this restaurant. They had a Boston cream filled with a pickle inside.
What?
It was good, but it was kind of weird at the same time.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you've talked about.
I love pickles.
I know you do.
I am a fan of the dill pickle.
And you had mentioned that you love Boston cream. So I wonder.
I don't know if that goes together.
We gotta go. We should go down to Popular Donuts or Vera's, buy a couple donuts, and then stuff some pickles and put
taste test them with some pickles.
Yeah, put some chili on it.
I don't know. Oh gosh, I don't know about that combination.
Oh my gosh, National Donut Day. We're celebrating with you. 547-KORD. More of your calls all the way.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. Kenny Chesney's Sun Goes Down tour is rolling into a mystery location this summer. When the sun goes down, yeah. And you can be there. Listen for the Kenny Chesney contest codes at 820, 1020, 120, 420, and 720. And then enter them on our app. Grand prize winner gets concert tickets for them and a friend, airfare, hotel, and $500 cash. Get contest rules and more info on our app. Brought to you by Warner Nashville. Number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
There you go. Don't
And
you?
we're back. And we're back.
Right in the middle of Post Malone. What are you thinking there? I know we do not control the emergency alert system. Yeah, I had some help. There you go. That's how you know it's live radio, because then we got to come back. So there you go. All right. So 8:22. You got Rick. You got Patty. Great to be with you. All right. We're gonna dive back into other people's problems. Gonna tie this one off this morning. And I know Shelly's got a situation going on. What's going on with Shelly?
So she was in a bad marriage, and her friend, she and her husband fought all the time. Out of frustration, both these guys had affairs. So she goes, after that rocky period, they reconciled. Now they're happy. They have a 5-year-old son now with another kid on the way. And knowing that she was about to have a baby with her husband, my friend came to me in a panic and confessed that the 5-year-old is from the man she had an affair with 6 years ago. She's known him since the kid was 3, but never had the nerve to tell her husband. And now she's afraid that her husband will catch on if both their kids kind of look different. So she asked me if she should confess or continue to deny no matter what the new baby looks like. I told her to confess. She said it's going to bring back all the old issues that they had once and ruin their marriage. So she thinks secrecy is best for the kids, even her husband, but it's tearing her apart. Well, what should I tell her? Or do I just avoid it and not get involved at all?
It's so crazy when these situations happen, and they happen all the time. So
Shelly and Kennewick.
Shelly, we'll do our best to solve it for you. A bunch of people are chiming in on Facebook. What are they saying already?
Mary says it will always come out, and they don't want it to come out during an emotional time. Life is like if the kid is in the hospital or something. Always tell. If that breaks up their marriage, that's on them for keeping it a secret. But she should 100% tell. It'll come out eventually.
Tia says, I honestly wouldn't get involved. That's between her and the husband. My 3 kids have the same dad, but don't look alike, except for my twin daughters do. I look nothing like my siblings because they all 3 look like our dad, and I look like our mom. I say, mind your business and let her decide what's best. That's from Tia.
Miranda says, leave it alone. Rachel says, that's her problem. The truth will eventually come out. And Jen says that's her decision to make.
Yeah, Yvette says there's so much involved here. I would advise her to get a marriage counselor on board as soon as possible, and maybe even a family counselor. There's another man to consider. If this all comes out, will he want visitation, etc.? Why the counselors all around the world, counselors all around would be the best advice I could give to you.
Carol says truth is always the best policy, and Jason said there's no honesty in this marriage. Sounds like if he does find out, it's going to end anyway. It's time to move on.
Yeah, so a lot of them are saying stay out of it,
Yes.
don't get involved. And again, and I like what they say, and I do believe the older I get, the more I realize this, the truth comes out
It does.
in the end.
It does.
And what has really changed these days is DNA.
Yep.
So these secrets that, 50 years ago, you could hide the secret, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, everybody gets DNA tests.
Yes.
And they do it just for the heck of it, to see what their ancestry is, and then they're linked, and again,
He's going to find out eventually.
yeah,
So
again, that's how I discovered my younger brother was not my dad's, because, and he goes, bro, we're half brothers. I'm like, I know, crazy, after 40 some years. So when you think these things can't happen,
They do.
They happen all the time. Even going back to the one comment like, my siblings look like my dad and I look like my mom. I'm like, might want to check the DNA.
You might.
Again, I'm not saying that.
DNA doesn't lie.
My first wife discovered that first her mom wasn't her mom, and then later down the road she was convinced, oh, well, I look like my dad. Years later they go, guess what? Not your dad.
Oh, isn't that wild?
So neither her mom nor her dad were her biological people. And then she goes, it turned out to be her aunt. And she knew her aunt her whole life.
Yeah.
And no one ever mentioned
that she was the mom.
But if you saw the aunt, you went, hello.
Yeah.
They look just alike. What are you talking about? So anyway, well, good luck, Shelly. Wish you the best of luck. We're saying stay out of this one, man. Not your secret to tell. I would definitely get the DNA testing for the kids.
Absolutely.
So what would you do? Let us know. 547-KORD. App chat us. Other people's problems. Check it out now on Facebook. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. #1 for New Country. 102.7 KORD.